Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great day. Last week we didn't really have to I know it was dramatic, but it was pretty much what was obviously going to happen. I didn't see any unobvious moves in the market, but yeah, we finished a wave three, we came down for a wave four, now we got bought up again for a wave five. So based on last week's action, it's becoming more clear that the market could, as soon as we finish off this wave, we're very likely going to come down. As you can see, I have a path already drawn, which I've spoken about, which is likely to happen at the end of wave three. But something you should note also is the fact that, let me just draw this, is
This short clip is presented by Chase. Fast track your learning curve and profit with our LaDuc Trading Slack community. It is ideal for beginners who love the chase. Chase provides access to not only Samantha's daily market thoughts and chase trades, but also her fabulous team of live stage mentors who share their actual trades and risk management stops across equities, options, and futures. You also get access to custom trade support when you need it. For more information, visit www.laductrading.com/chase.
right now, I put this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, an assumption that that is the fifth wave. But what is also probable is the fact that this entire wave can be your one, this your two. So right now, we're finished in a bigger finishing wave. This is our three. That's why I have another path. This is my four. And there is a gap to fill. It will probably fill this gap and then go up to finish the five before it comes down. So, in both cases, like if you're bigger picture, each have a meaning. So let me make this bigger. We're looking for the finishing touch of this wave three. And as I spoke about last week, it's practically illogical to try to short it before it actually topped. And so far, you've not seen any confirmation of a top. But I am of the relative belief that whether it is a wave three before a wave five, or whether we've topped, maybe we stay bullish today into Tuesday, but I do think that this week could have a little bit of a pullback. And then probably when we get to this point, then we'll have to see whether the dip gets bought or bounce gets rejected and we continue down. But yeah, we are in the final stages of a wave three. It's just a matter of, is this an extended wave three, or is this going to be like a short one that finishes off between these two fib levels? So it's the question. And QQQ, obviously we've seen this chart before and we have pushed to the top of the channel. Again, another reason it was pretty obvious is you can see this is a chart of SPY, and we are right now hovering over this trend line, and you can see every time we possibly break above, we do come back inside. But again, same thing I showed you there is, if this is a 1, 2 and we're in a 3, 4, we're in a 3, 4, 5, then the pullback again has one more extended wave left before this wave three is complete. So this could make sense given that we are in earnings season, so it would heavily be determined by the results the companies put out. But yeah, you just need to keep in mind that we've chased this bullish market, and you can still chase on the daily, just don't sit and swing this, because it is at very high risk at any point to just have a major pullback. So you kind of got to keep that in mind. But yeah, like I said, this wave three could continue extending with small pullback. And yeah, we would need a lot more clues and some, again, contradictory factors. IWM is trying to break out. You can see here, we've broken out of this chop. So, there's obviously two options. This could easily become an ABC, have a fake breakout. It's done that a million times. So it wouldn't be surprising, but the alternate is this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's kind of what the bullish IWM would look. I would say above 222, it is very likely to hit 245. Between these two levels, this could again turn into an ABC. IWM has weird ABC fake breakouts that have been happening for years in a row. So that's the reason I've not ruled it out. And again, if you look at the Dow, it's also trying to move higher and trying to break out. So both of these could either drag the market up, or it costs profit selling and all the high flyers in the market, and then we come back down. Anyway, that's all I wanted to just broadly talk about the indexes and give a be watchful warning, because I spoke about it last week too. I was like, though I'm not saying we are bearish, I'm just saying that we must be careful and be watchful for any sign. And dollar, obviously, we broke down from this trend line. So, at the bare minimum, we're probably going to continue falling into support here into, let's say, 103.5, and then we'll see what happens. It does not look great at all. Like, it is more bearish than dollar is bullish. And wicks, again, you can see this 13 level. heavy resistance, can't even get over that. And this morning it is gapping up, but again, till it gets over 13.3, 13.5, let's say 13, 14. 14 is actually the main level that it needs to break. You break 14 and you very likely will spike to 17, 18 pretty easily. But yeah, it's within this is just a bigger chop and you don't really have a direction. And the dollar, yeah, I've already spoken about how we're probably going to come down and then kind of see what happens. This is obviously ruled out. So, I mean, the two possible paths are it bounces, right? Once it comes like this, like in a bigger ABC, or, right? We're very likely in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means it will continue selling off. So, this zone right here would become super important for the dollar. So, yeah, look at the 10-year. Again, we are still just kind of sitting on support, not really done much. So, I mean, if you are, the more this breaks down, the better it is for IWM to follow through. If you start seeing a bounce of the yields, then IWM is most likely going to have a fake breakout. With that being said, let's look at this week's watch list. We already spoke about AMD and NVIDIA last week, but I think AMD still is likely going to continue. You can see it kind of has an inside day. It's trying to open above. So you can see here that this is an important fib level. So, I mean, whether you're bullish or bearish, I still think it does have a little more room to the upside and it does have an unfilled gap to 191. So I would say above 184, we push to 188. 190, maybe 195, but until we break above 198, this bigger green path, right now we're within this broader channel. So for us to go back to the top of this channel, you would need to break over this 1.618 fib level, this supply box here. But yeah, we're not there yet, so I still think that we could continue pushing into that supply box. So you can keep an eye on that, though. Like an ABC bare minimum is met. Yeah, I could see it. I'm not saying that immediately. Maybe we chop maybe for a day or two before it does that. But yeah, keep an eye. More likely we break over 184, 185. Then it can push higher. So that's the level to watch for. Next one I have is Airbnb. And I've covered this before and I've told you that keep an eye on it. It is fucking chopping in a bear flag and you can kind of see what happened. The minute we broke that, we had a massive sell-off. So obviously, this is super strong support and we did bounce off of it. And this has a habit of just, again, bouncing and continuing to chop in the range, which I hope it doesn't do. I would like to see follow through and a breakdown. If it can break, you can see here, if it can break below like 147, 146, then I think this time the main support at 145 will break. And then you can see we have a lot of room to the downside till 130. Yeah, but again, if IWM starts going off, then this highly short stocks like this will continue to like have bounces. So be wary of that till we have like let it break below at least 147 and then it could start to become a good short. So keep an eye on Airbnb. The next one I have is UPST. And again, this is assuming like this is a nice, you can see here, we did break out of the channel and we did hold above. So this is assuming that IWM continues to break out and you can see here we do have a minor resistance level here. So and again, we also do have a gap to fill here. So if we can, get over this 28 level, we should be able to push into 30, 32 pretty easily. So that's more like a breakout IWM momentum kind of stock if we do have follow through. So yeah, you can keep an eye on UPST. And last but not least, again, I'm bearish China on any bounce. So yeah, we are gapping down this morning. So if we can break below 27, we could again come back down to 25 on JD and again other stocks. Baba is also gapping down. Look at PDD, right? I think PDD would. Oh, that's a massive 4% gap down. So yeah, I mean, it's playing out the path. I covered this last week, projected that if it does have a bounce, you should watch to look to short the bounce. So yeah, as long as you stay below this 137, 138 level, you should continue selling off and come down to 120 on PDD. So yeah, that's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.